Overcoming embarrassment, the hidden key to freedom and power. What is embarrassment really? Embarrassment is not physical fear, it's social fear. It's the alarm bell that rings when we think others will judge us negatively. In evolutionary terms, being cast out of the tribe once meant danger, even death. That's why the body reacts so strongly. Flushed face, shaky voice, pounding heart. But in modern life, this reflex has become a false alarm. Nobody dies if their joke flops, if their YouTube video gets 10 views, or if they speak up and stumble over words. And yet, the body still reacts as if it were a life or death matter. Today, embarrassment is less about survival and more about an obstacle to growth. It keeps people from starting businesses, speaking up, approaching someone they like, or chasing what they truly want. In a world of fierce competition, the winners are often not the smartest or the most talented, but the ones who dare to be bold, unafraid of looking foolish. Paradoxically, when you stop fearing embarrassment and act boldly, people often admire you more. What once kept you small becomes the very thing that makes you magnetic. What thinkers say about embarrassment? Nietzsche. While he didn't write directly on embarrassment, his concept of shame and herd morality is close. Society, like a herd of sheep, wants to keep the individual small. Embarrassment is the invisible chain the herd uses to pull down those who would rise above, like crabs dragging each other back into the bucket. Schopenhauer. He saw embarrassment as tied to our slavery to the opinions of others. To him, true freedom begins only when you stop caring what others think. As long as you let others' judgments control you, you are chained to the ground, unable to rise. Diogenes the Cynic, the master of shamelessness. He didn't just preach, he lived it. Sleeping in a barrel, eating in public, mocking conventions, exposing hypocrisy. He embarrassed others by refusing to be embarrassed himself. In a society obsessed with masks and appearances, Diogenes was the antidote, a raw, shameless truth-teller. And that's why his figure still stinks today, because he exposes the fragility and hypocrisy of a culture built on appearances. Albert Ellis. Ellis developed the shame-attacking exercise, deliberately doing embarrassing things, like singing in public or asking silly questions, to train the nervous system not to panic. Modern psychology backs this. Exposure to embarrassment rewires the brain. All of them point to the same lesson. Freedom requires overcoming the tyranny of others' opinions. Training against embarrassment. Embarrassment can be trained away, like lifting weights for the nervous system. Micro-exposures. Wear mismatched socks, record a video and watch yourself. Say hello to strangers. Public micro-failures. Ask for a discount you know won't be given. Mispronounce something on purpose. Creative exposure. Publish a bad video on purpose, just to prove nothing happens. Radical exposure. Improvised theater, stand-up comedy, street performance, entire laboratories of control embarrassment. The key is to recalibrate your nervous system from embarrassment equals danger to embarrassment equals nothing. Once you've shifted that calibration, you are free. Why overcoming embarrassment is a superpower. If you are immune to embarrassment, doors swing open. You can start businesses, create content, approach people, ask questions, or stand against the crowd. Most people are slaves to embarrassment. If you are not, you suddenly possess a massive advantage. Embarrassment is also used as a weapon of control. Schools, workplaces, and even states exploit it to keep people silent and compliant. People don't resist dictatorships or stand up against injustice, not only out of fear of violence, but because they don't want to stand out, to look foolish, to be socially exposed. Embarrassment breeds conformity. Conformity breeds enslavement. To overcome embarrassment is to break free not only personally, but politically, socially, and spiritually. Conclusion. Embarrassment is a social survival reflex, but one that has outlived its usefulness. In the modern world, it is less protection and more prison. Diogenes and Nietzsche show that shamelessness unlocks power. Schopenhauer reminds us that freedom begins where the opinions of others end. Alice and modern psychologists prove you can train your way out of it. When mastered, embarrassment loses its sting, and you gain the freedom to act, to speak, to create, to live without the constant inner censor. Embarrassment is the invisible wall, shamelessness is the hidden key. And training embarrassment resistance is one of the fastest paths to power.